with the past 3 years from MNC.
Okay.
Okay. May I know something about you, about your background?
Yes, Mr. Sridhar. Basically, I'm from HR background. Okay.
Okay.
Like for long term, was expecting to enter in the technology side. Okay, that's why I had some training session in SAP. How I'm really interested in testing now. Okay, because my wife can help me out for on-job training as well. I'm going for an interview, getting some job. It will help me. So that's why I have planned for software testing now. Okay. And we used to discuss a lot about the software testing. So later on, we decided to have I decided to have a training. So that's why I choose RNE now.
Okay.
Yeah. So already I had an automation testing demo class. Okay. But however, as if we need to go for manual testing training deeply, then in case like if I want, I'll go for automation. So I just with Priya and had a word with her and she arranged you for the manual testing now.
Okay.
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 Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Coming to the course content, like see, I have about some 10 to 12 chapters, which can be been divided. See, when we say manual testing or testing, the purpose of the testing is like, see, whenever a person, whoever may be, for example, if we take like, being a new HR, you'll be dealing with so many documents, right?
Yes.
So when you type a document, you cross-check it a couple of times, you feel like it's 100% perfect. You hand it over to your colleague, definitely they will point at least one or two mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
So with just one page of a document, there could be one or two mistakes.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's a human tendency, like we do mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
One thing, and second thing, when we write our own thing, we'll be having confidence or overconfidence. It can be, and we'll be overlooking to the issues.
Mm-hmm.
So there comes the testing requirement. The difference between a manual testing and automation testing is like, we can discuss in the later point of time. Anyway, you had an automation testing demo. Okay.
Yes.
So manual testing is something, but a human person who will be verifying it. And the main purpose of intention of the testing will be to have a defect-free product which meets the customer requirements. That's the most important.
Okay.
So whenever say it's a quality product, it should be defect-free and it should meet the requirement of the customer. And whenever a tester or any QA is saying that he is the representative of the customer, he should not act as an employee of the company or the project team. Even though yes, he should be a team member, but he should represent the client. Then only he will be able to give 100% effort in making the product defect-free or useful.
Okay.
So, coming to manual testing, most of the time it starts with a lot of theory. Yeah. And then I split into two sections. One is whatever I'm showing on my screen is completely theoretical. It's quite enhanced. I'll share you later point of this. After the demo, I'll share you the post content.
Okay.
And later point of time, once you feel like, okay, it's fine, I'm with the theory, what I'll do is like, I'll take a sample application. I will give maybe my some project, old projects, or I'll create my own some document. I'll provide you, and I will initiate to write the test cases. And if it is the other person, I would have been explaining how to interact with the team, how to mail drafting, reporting. I will be explaining. Reporting, definitely I'll be explaining, but interaction with the team, I don't think it's necessary for you.
Okay.
All right. So I usually take this course of first the theoretical, maybe like 15 or 20 hours, and then another 10 hours for real execution, where you have to go through the SRS documents, and you have to write the test cases. I'll be guiding you on how to write the test case, how to frame the test cases, scenarios, and different projects follows different test case format.
Okay.
Yeah, there will be a simple test case saying like with the test case number, description, steps to execute, actual result, expected result, and then we have like only 6 columns, and it can be enhanced to like 15 to 20 columns also.
Okay.
All right, it goes on like that. So I'll start, if you want, I'll start with the basic first chapter, like where I mean to say what is testing and what kind of testing we are, and I'll give you an insight into the software life cycles. Do you have any questions, like do you want to, or what is your expectation, like if you want?
My expectation
any questions or any expectations?
My expectation is like I need full knowledge in manual testing. Okay, I require full knowledge in manual testing.
Ashok, can you be a little bit louder, please?
Oh yes. Sridhar, I'm not using the microphone. Okay, so it may be.
Okay.
I'll be using by tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Okay, I'm gonna order some microphone. So just excuse me this. Okay, and okay, Sridhar, I'm expecting like you should cover full cycle, like full cycle syllabus. Okay, chapters in manual testing. Okay, which will help me to discuss further with my wife, and she will also giving me some training as well. So day to day, when you are finished your training, I'll be discussing all this, the training which you have taught me. I'll be discussing with my wife. Okay, so this process I will be handling the background from my side. Okay, so when you are teaching something, definitely I'll be going through with my wife. Okay, and clarification. I'm expecting like 100% should be covered with this manual testing. I'm hoping so. Okay, but I don't know how it will work for 100%. I don't know how many percent it will achieve. Okay, but how I'm keenly interested in it. Yeah.
Okay. See, first thing I'll tell you, like this course content, whatever I am providing, it's sufficient. If you want, you just bring out the topic. I'll explain. That's not an issue. Yeah. Okay. So if you don't think like something is missing, like we can discuss anything, whatever you want.
Okay.
It's whatever required in the manual testing, it will not be a problem, and definitely I'm not going to cover an automation testing. It's not my cup of tea.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I'll just start with how a project starts or what happens, and then I'll go into the details. Like, see, whenever a company deals with any client, once they accept, yes, they want to do a project or a product, there'll be a kickoff meeting.
Okay.
Here, the kickoff meeting, what they'll do is like the client and the company, mostly the team, whoever available at the initial stage. Not all the team members will be available, but whoever available, definitely project manager, a BA, architect, a developer, dev lead or test team, whoever available, and from the client side, if possible, maybe a head of the section in the development team or the product company team will be interacting, and they'll have a small discussion, and the client will say go ahead, and that's how starts the project.
Okay.
And then once kickoff meeting is done, then a project initiation note will be issued from the delivery head
Okay.
to the project man saying, yes, you can start then the actual process of a project starts.
Okay.
Here we will be having a project and a product. The difference with the project and the product is, if we develop a piece of code for a particular company and for a particular customer, and for his necessity, it will be a project.
Okay.
Yeah. A product is something like all the requirement in a project. The requirement will be given by the client.
Okay.
When we say a product, the company who develops will gather all the requirements from the market, and it will develop a product keeping in mind in a multiple people or multiple companies, multiple clients. Best example, the Microsoft Office.
Mm-hmm.
It's a product.
Okay.
And when we say a particular, maybe we take any particular project which the companies develop, it will be projects,
Okay.
because they develop on their own requirement.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So once the project initiation starts, there will be a life cycle where what happens, how they will start, how they will be ending, and every stage will be defined, and they will be following particular process. It's mandatory to follow the process. Here comes the quality assurance and quality control.
Okay.
What is the difference between quality assurance and quality control? What a tester is doing is a quality control.
Okay.
And quality assurance is given by the QA team, where they will be verifying the process to verify, like there will be like as you know, HR, right? CMMI levels.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, or so on. So every level defines, like there should be some artifacts to be defined in this manner. They should be having these kind of documents, and they should be having a structure. They should be maintaining in a particular repository. There should be a project management tool. Everything should be defined so that when the QA auditing thing comes, they should just pick it up, they verify it, they're done.
Okay.
What quality assurance people do is, they will make sure the project is going in a correct manner.
And the outputs are 100% perfect.
Yes, they mostly look into the process.
Okay.
See, whenever there is a process is set, that means like if we follow those steps, ultimately they should be given a quality product.
Okay.
So, and what does the quality control do is we will be verifying the project to give a maximum quality to the customer.
Okay.
And coming to the types of testing, there will be 3 types of testing: black box, white box testing, and gray box testing.
Okay.
White box testing will be done by the developers. It is done at a functional level. They will be verifying only the functions written in the. If an example, when I say when you go to the Gmail login page or login creation page.
Okay.
I'll just open one. Okay, I'll say here. See, as soon as I type out, this says that, hey, somebody already used that username. Try another. See, they would have written. They have written a particular function here. As soon as the user taps out, when the cursor is moved out of the field, it should verify for the uniqueness.
Okay.
So what he will do is, he will be verifying a particular function itself, here itself.
Okay.
See, here, even though, for example, if it says a name is a mandatory field, he will not be bothered about much into details. he will be following a specified document. When we say the specified document, it can be, people call it SRS, FRS, FRD, and with so many names.
Okay.
SRS means for FRS, functional requirement document or functional requirement specification. So whatever, it will be based on the particular document they will be developing, but still they will not be they will not verify complete functionality here.
Okay.
It's a duty of the tester to verify at the field level, at UI level also.
Okay.
So there comes a differentiation between white box and the black box testing is being done by the testers.
Okay.
And he will be doing a functional testing really. When he says a testing is done on this page, he will be verifying the whole page, the whole functionality, including the field level and the UI level.
Okay.
And when we say gray box testing, it's the person having the knowledge of coding and the testing knowledge. He should be having coding knowledge and the testing knowledge, and then he will be doing that. Especially, there are some companies, they specifically they say they require gray box testing. Example, Amazon.
Okay.
They specify they do have Kindle product, right? You should have heard of it. So they'll be developing most of the Kindle devices, and there are some products. So they expect a gray box tester. The purpose is like, when I'll take the example here itself. For example, when our FRS says that, functional requirement document says that this name should accept only 18 characters.
Okay.
But for some reason, maybe that developer have forgot and he gave the field it can accept like 100 characters.
Mm-hmm.
So those so with that, if we test what he says, no, it's accepting more than that, it's a defect for us and we'll raise it. But what can a gray box tester do? He'll go into it, he can debug it, and he can say that he can fix it.
Okay.
So this minimizes the development process.
Okay.
And always when there is an defect, he will look into it and he can give an insight into what the real defect is, where it's going wrong, so that the developer can pick it up and then fix it as soon as possible.
Okay.
And there will be some products where it's like you'll not be having a big UI, but there will be lot of functions or processing going at the back end.
Okay.
So at the time, people with gray box testing will be more helpful.
Okay.
Okay. When then we software life cycles. When say software life cycle, there are different models. Waterfall model, interactive and iterative or incremental development, rapid application development, prototype development, V model, Scrum, Agile. These are the most I have used these models in the real time. Other than these, there are many. If you want specifically, we can discuss, or else I'll go through this. These are the basically this is the models which have been vastly used in the companies.
Mm-hmm.
Waterfall model is an old model, and later came into the V model. Then comes iterative and incremental development, rapid application development, prototype model, and the latest, the booming is the Scrum and Agile methodology.
Okay.
Okay, I'll just give insight into 2-3 models now. I'll start with a basic waterfall model.
Okay.
See, waterfall model, what does says is, whenever a project is having a clear requirement, really a clear requirement what they have to do, then waterfall method will be used. So once the requirement is available, first thing what they will do is they collect the requirement. Once the requirement is ready,
Okay.
at this stage it's called BRS, right?
Okay.
The requirements, once they'll collect all the requirement, whatever the possible things the client says, it's called business requirement specification, right?
Okay.
And then comes, when the requirement is done, it will be moved into analysis phase, and they will be analyzing everything, and from this they will make SRS or FRS, whatever it may call. Every company has their own mentioning.
Okay.
What the difference between SRS and FRS or BRS? BRS says whatever the requirement mentioned by the client. But what does the FRS or SRS says? What are the possible things which can be done? Technically possible things only will be available in the FRS or SRS.
Okay.
I'll give you an example, like saying a particular client is having an SAP model, and he's for his staffing purpose, he is developing a particular application. So
Okay.
what he tries to say is he'll say that there will be so many requirements, and he will be generating reports, and he will be asking those requirements should be directly pushing into SAP model. SAP software. Here, when they say that there is we can say it's possible or it's not possible. The reason is, when we say it's possible, yes, whatever you do, technically, if the SAP product allows us to, allows our application to get into it, it's possible. But what happens is, like, whenever there are SAP or SAS, these Oracle, these products, they will not allow most of the time third parties to interfere into their interface, because they don't trust the other people. It's always being, as the big organization, they'll handling too much of data, so they don't want to take risk.
Okay.
So at this stage, depending on the project status, maybe if they really want, we can go into it, we can fix it, but always there comes the budget. If the budget allows, they can do it, or else they can say that no, technically with this budget it's not possible.
Okay.
Or else they want to integrate two different completely entire systems, which cannot be possible. I'll give you an example, like saying we are having a web application, and he will say that whatever the data comes from the web application, it should be pushed into mainframes.
Okay.
Directly, it may not be possible. What we have to do is, there should be an alternative methods. We'll be collecting the data and putting in some drive or some structural folders, where there will be a process running, and it will be pushing into the mainframes.
Okay.
So these kind of technical things will be analyzed, and whatever possible things will be mentioned in the SRS.
Okay.
Once the analysis phase is done, and then comes for the design level. So in the design level, what they will do is, technical design document is prepared. What you will do is, first the basic structure, backend structure of how the application should flow, a high level design and the low level designs will be done, and for a document called technical design document will be released. Then comes the coding phase.
Okay.
Based on the SRS and the technical design document, coding will be done.
Okay.
And here it will be our application. Then comes the testing stage.
Okay.
Then once completed. So what is happening in the waterfall model? one step after the other step goes. First, they will collect all the requirements. Then they will do the analysis. Then they will go to the technical design document. Then the application will come into it, and then go. So when these guys, who will be doing BRS, BA people will. When BA people will doing, these people will not have any work.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
So it's not flex. It's a frigid model. It cannot go back. It's always it should go in a incremental stage, and we can't go back. If we want once, for example, if once the technical design document is prepared, if they want some requirement change, they can't go back. This model does not allow. That is the biggest disadvantage with this model, and it's a time-taking process.
Okay.
And then comes the, I'll give you a prototype model. Okay, what does a prototype model mean? A prototype model is whenever a client gives a requirements, a overview of the applications, what the companies do is they will build a sample program.
Okay.
With the dummy data and the dummy functionalities,
okay.
And they will present to the client. They will look into it if the prototype is there up to their expectation levels, or if they want to change anything, they will suggest. And when they feel that okay, this is fine with their then they will then they can sign up the project, and they can go ahead with the normal stage where all the requirements will be collected, completely analyzed, documented, and everything.
Okay.
In the prototype model, the benefit is the client can visually see what we are going to give. Right?
Okay.
Where in the waterfall model, until unless up to when application is being developed, he can't see it. So that's the benefit of the prototype model.
Okay.
And when we say the V model, here everything will be done in a parallel method. As soon as the requirement is collected and analyzed, what the design people they will be starting designing, and the testing team will be doing the test preparation, test suite development. They will be preparing their own test cases.
Okay.
So by the time the application coding is being completed, when we say that when these guys are doing design documents, what testing people will, they will be a test plan, then the test strategy, and these kind of documents will be prepared. When they start coding, what they'll do is they'll start preparing their own test case. They'll be preparing a test bed.
Okay.
So it's almost like going in a parallel method.
Okay.
So at all stages, all the team is interacted. That's how the V model works.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I'll go in the next stage, testing levels. Okay, whenever testing levels are there, it always starts with a component or unit or a module level. See, whenever there is an application, for example, if you take an application with having a 10 pages, what they'll do is first application testing will start with a particular page, individual pages will be tested, and then they will be do integration testing. What does integration testing do is output of a particular module will be an input of other module.
Okay.
For example, I'm saying like we in this organization will be having different users, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they will be having a rules. So based on roles, we'll be creating a users. So first we can verify the how the users have been created, and how the roles are being used. When we say roles, they will be having particular functionalities. Every role can have their own functionalities.
Okay.
So we can separately test them, particular page wise. When we say integration testing, we both user creation is mixed with the role.
Okay.
Huh?
Okay.
So based on the role, a user will be created, and these two parts are integrating. This is a basic example. If you want to give a complex module, I'll tell you. I'll give a real estate application which is being developed. We'll be having a lease, right? All the companies will be doing a leases.
Yeah.
So 90% of the companies do a leases. When we have a rental agreement for an house, it is very simple for us to maintain.
Mm-hmm.
But imagine about the big companies. They will be leasing out, and they will be maintaining so many buildings, and they have to do a lot of work on that. So that we have developed a realistic project where it deals with the lease management, work management, and other models. So what I will say is, we have a module called lease management. It completely deals with the leases. There will be so many functionality about the other module is called work order management. When we say work order management, when I say leases means it deals with how the creating a lease, defining the terms, what are the components comes under the lease, who are the leases, documentation, everything. When I say work order, yep.
Hello.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hello, Sridhar. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, you can continue.
Okay. So that's how the integration will. I was saying the release, right? Okay. Whenever there is a release created, there will be doing some modification work if they want, or they want to purchase something. There will be creating work order. So I have two different models. Mm-hmm. It's called a lease management, and this is called a work order management.
Okay.
If a client wants both, we can club it and give it. So that whatever the leases can be done, or whatever the building or the lease is created, we can simply fetch that data here into the work order management, and we'll be creating. Or else what happens is he has to face already static data in this mode in the work order management. From there he has to fetch it. So whatever the data in the output of the lease management, a particular lease, always a work order will be assigned to a particular lease. Okay. That's how it works. So the output of a lease will be input for the work order management. Okay. Here is an integration. The integration is going on between two different modules, and integration can be between two different systems, two different applications also.
Okay.
Okay. That's how integration goes on. In the system testing, when I say system testing, if there are multiple modules, multiple systems interacting, a system testing comes from end-to-end testing. See, when the information starts from A to Z, we'll be verifying all the things. Okay. It's a combination of component and integration testing.
Okay.
Okay. So then comes the acceptance testing. Acceptance testing will be done by either the client or specified third party by the team, or there will be a separate acceptance team within our company.
Okay.
What they will be doing is they will verify if the application is up to the standards or is it matching the requirements of the clients. Okay. And then comes the maintenance testing. It's not much about it when we deploy the application, when the user starts it. When there are getting any issues, we'll be monitoring it, testing it, and if anything comes, we'll be reporting. Okay. So these are the test levels. So then comes the static techniques, test design techniques. We have test management, okay. Different types of testing, releases, requirements. Yeah. Then comes the test plan, non-functional testing, test case design. Actually, this is one of the crucial things. Anyone can you can go and sit and internet to browse. Maybe you'll get a good idea, but nowhere in the documents they will be giving how to design a test case. So I'll be explaining all the techniques, how to prepare it, how to go forward, the test case design, which is the crucial part, and also the reporting. Always, whenever you say tester, the important thing is test design is very important and the reporting is very important. Okay. You do a very good testing and you will not present it properly, it goes waste. Okay. When you will be sending a report, it will be sent to different parties where it will be above the manager levels. Okay. They will not have that much time to look into what are the details. They should be having a precise information. Mm-hmm. So that they can just look into it. Yes, what is the stage of this? It's green, amber, red. They will read. They'll immediately ping the manager and say, "Hey, this was amber or red. What is the situation? This goes amber. Hey, you should be taking care. Okay. If it's green, hey, good." So it should be that precise. Within the color code, they should be done. Okay. And then functional test case scenarios, preparations, walkthroughs, or how the review is going on. Defect life cycle, that's the biggest one. And then comes the traceability matrix. When I say a traceability matrix, it gives how we'll be mixing a SRS document with our testing document, so that every part will be covered. And the other environments, what kind of environments will be there, test closure activity, UAT, quality standards, software configure management. And we can keep on adding whatever you want. Okay. So I think I gave a good idea. Like, do you have any other questions?
No.
Priya? Hello?
Yes, Sridhar.
Yeah, I give an overview. I think I'm fine done. And it's... Okay. Ashok, anything you want to discuss?
No, Mr. Sridhar. I just want to know, so these are the chapters you're going to cover in this manual testing training, right?
Yes.
Okay, is it possible to format these details to me?
Yes. I'll forward to Priya, and okay. She'll forward to you.
Okay, that's fine. And you said that it will take about 30 hours for completing the training, right?
Yes, I fix it, but based on if you have more time, if you want, we can extend whatever you want. If you require more assistance, we are more ready to help you.
Okay then. Okay, Mr. Sridhar. Yeah, I will discuss with Priya as well. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I have one question, Ashok.
Yeah.
Like, I heard your wife is a manual tester with a good experience.